I mean, I would lock up myself in the room. I'll be crying. I'll be tearing myself apart. What is happening to me? What is this? Is a journey I'm so passionate about. This is my story. I want to tell the world how I moved from being depressed, almost depressed, to becoming a successful entrepreneur. And of course, there is still room for growth, so we are still growing. When they say the sky is your beginning point, it's true. It's not your limit, though. It's your beginning point. You don't even know where you are. You cannot, when the word of God says that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, you can't even imagine, you can't fathom that which the Lord has for you, that which you are going to becoming. Like your becoming is something unimaginable. You see, that thing you're imagining is even small compared to what is set ahead of you if you will keep at it. That is my own story. Hi, gift lovers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to my world of thoughtful giftings, where I inspire your every gifting moment. And yes, we talk about growth, we talk about personal development, business growth. We are here to have good conversation. So please stay back and ensure that you are subscribed, because you do not want to miss out on any juicy topic we have for you. We have a lot coming up for you. All right. And today is a special day. Today, I am set, finally ready to share my entrepreneurial story. Oh my God. I am super excited to do this because I know this will bless someone out there. I am very certain that somebody out there, this is for you. So please pay close attention as we proceed. I'll make it as brief as I can. If we can't finish it in this video, we might just have to make it a series and then just keep unboxing, keep talking about these good things that the Lord will have us say here, right? This is a journey I'm so passionate about. This is my story. I want to tell the world how I moved from being depressed, almost depressed, to becoming a successful entrepreneur. And of course, there is still room for growth, so we are still growing. We are 100%, yes, we are 100% committed to growth, so there is still room for more. But where I am right now is somewhere I'm ever grateful for. In fact, I didn't really see it coming this way. When you see, let me tell you something. Just keep working hard. Just keep working smart. When they say the sky is your beginning point, it's true. It's not your limit, though. It's your beginning point. You don't even know where you are. You cannot, when the word of God says that eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, you can't even imagine, you can't fathom that which the Lord has for you, that which you are going to becoming. Like your becoming is something unimaginable. You see, that thing you're imagining is even small compared to what is set ahead of you if you will keep at it. That is my own story. I never thought where I'll be today is somewhere I never thought it. I never, as in, I did not, I couldn't, how will I put this now? I did not see it coming. And I know that if we are here now, then there is still room for more. If we keep at it, we will get even farther, like much more farther. So that is why you shouldn't give up. Maybe you're not seeing any result now. Please stay at it. Stay at it, because you can't even imagine. It is like a seed in the ground. You will not see anything happening for days. And it's like, what's happening? This thing is like it's dead though. Please leave it there. It's something is happening within, inside the ground. It is gaining momentum inside the ground. It is spreading. It is transforming. And before you know it, it will shoot out. It will shoot out. Gradually, you will see the head. You will see a sign. And then before you know it, it is growing. That is how it is. So that is how, in fact, that's how life is in general. You might not see anything happening right now, but you are transforming. Something is going on inside of you. Something is building up. There is a development happening. So please ensure to keep at it, because you're not seeing any result and you want to give up. No, don't even do that. This is a sign for you to know that you are not giving up now. You are staying at it, because what the Lord has said for you, what is ahead of you, is unimaginable. Is unimaginable. Is unimaginable. It is far much bigger, wider than you ever thought. That's what I mean when I say that it's unimaginable. Back to my story. So what do I mean when I said I was almost in depression? It happened this way. I graduated from the university here in Nigeria in 2022. I graduated around September in 2022. So I was excited. Of course, every fresh graduate should be excited that they made it through the journey, whether it's a 4 years or a 5 years course. I came out of school and I was glad. I thank God for that. But I did not see what was coming. I used to be very I've always loved doing business. Even while I was in school, I used to do business. And I know so many students are like that, to keep up. You just do one or two things. And it's part of the training. Yes, it's part of the training. So I used to do business. I was also involved in fellowship activities. In fact, I was a top-notch leader. I was really busy and involved. And so when I graduated, and still am. Let me just make this clear. I was a top-notch leader and still am. Please, because somebody will be saying, so what about now? Please. I am of the belief, I have the belief that my later is far much more greater than my former. In fact, that is how it should be for every child of God, for everyone. In fact, yeah, because that's what the word of God says. So back to my story. So I used to be busy. I was involved, like that. Everything was going well until I graduated, only for me to come to the sudden realization that, where do I start from? What is next? Like, everything was off. When you have left school and you are now back home, it's like you're starting afresh. You're starting afresh. Those activities, those involvements are nowhere to be found. They are nowhere to be found, and you're just dormant. It's like you're almost dormant. Those things you love to do, those things you were doing, they're no more available for you to do now. For instance, you're an ESCO in your school, or you were a leader in an organization. Those things are no more. And especially, this is especially for you if you schooled in an environment where you don't live in. For instance, I schooled in the east and I had to come back to the west where I live. So in such scenario, you found out that many of the things you were doing, you left them behind to return home. So I was almost dormant. It continued for days, weeks, months. I was amazed because I did not know what to do next. I did not know where to start from. I was overwhelmed. And that almost led me into depression because I wouldn't know what to do. I don't know if I should take up CV, look for a job, or I should continue with the business I was doing in school. And then I couldn't even continue with the business I was doing in school. I was seeing that as a small thing. How can I do this? I used to sell tote bags in school then, and bags, not just tote bags, bags and tote bags, and then many other things. How could I just be selling all this again? I'm a graduate, for crying out loud. I'm laughing now, but it was not funny then. I'm a graduate, so why should I be doing this? That was my thought line then. I couldn't help but just stay back. I was expecting to get into a job, enter, come out from school and just start doing a job, a big job. And I know I'm sharing this out of experience because I know that a lot of young people are on this table now. And that is why I tell a lot of young people, undergraduates, graduates, fresh graduates, undergraduates, I tell them to please make sure that you have your plans. In addition, and then yes, have your plans, lay them before God, because man proposes, God disposes. Lay them before God, but make sure you have a plan. Please do. What next after school? You see, that question is a big one. It's not a cliche, it is reality. This continued for me for weeks. I mean, I would lock up myself in the room. I'll be crying. I'll be tearing myself apart. What is happening to me? I just don't know what was it. And then I continued like that. I couldn't pray. I couldn't study the word of God until one day, one fateful day, I just managed to start listening to a message. And then I was listening to this message by Apostle Selman, and then something happened to me right there. I don't know what it was, but I was so encouraged. I picked up courage. The Spirit of God through that message ministered to my heart. And this is what he said: I should continue from where I left. That I should continue from where I left. This is a message to someone, and I know this is for you. Somebody watching me right now, this is actually for you, to continue from where you left off from. I don't know, but when I don't know if you understand when you know so sure that this is the Spirit of God speaking to you. I was so sure that was it for me. I was so sure that was my word, and I stepped out to do that. Now listen, I had to continue from where I left off, which means I had to start doing the things I looked down on, I thought was minor, the things I saw as an ordinary. It doesn't make sense. As a graduate, it's good to think big, but you can start small while you are building big. You can start small. You can refer back to my video where I talked about this. Yes, you can start small, but you shouldn't remain small. Start small and build big. You can see that when I talked about successful women in this video. So I had to start small. I went to buy materials. I started sewing tote bag, and thank God I had the skill of sewing. I did have that skill even before I got admission into school. I went back. I just had to go back to what I knew, what I left off from. I started sewing tote bags. I started doing other things. And that was how my gift business was born. It didn't happen suddenly or immediately. No, it was one step at a time. I was making totes for people, started getting more orders, one order, two orders, I was just getting orders for totes. And in addition to those, I started getting orders from people who want to pair their tote bag with other gift items for their recipients. And that was how we got into gift business. That was how I started. And then it was just growing bigger. In fact, I am so glad to share that I from that business, through that business, I was able to cater for my wedding souvenir. The souvenir I used for my wedding, I was able to cater for that because I was already into the gift business. And then another thing I would mention is that my curiosity would not allow me rest. I was curious, really very curious to learn more. I wanted to know how this was done. I wanted to know how this was done. I paid for classes. I just kept learning. And that is why you should be 100% committed to growth. Do not be so satisfied with where you are that you relent, or you start feeling reluctant, or you think you've arrived. No. Be 100% committed to growth. Very, very important. Curiosity will not allow me rest. I kept learning. Even till now, I am still learning. Till I got to where I am, I started meeting the big names in the gifting industry. The big names in the gifting industry. I started meeting a number of persons through the business, and the business is still growing. But thus far, could have only been God and then myself in the equation. Listening to the prompting, listening to the instruction that the Lord will have me do, and putting them into practice also got me where I am. Like I said, I was only trying to make this really brief. Maybe as time goes on, as the Lord permits me, I'm going to share more about this in details. But this is how I was able to move from being almost in depression to building a successful business. One thing I'm so sure of is that this is a source of encouragement to somebody out there. Take heed, all right? Listen to what the instruction that are coming to you is. Listen to them, be obedient to them, pay attention to them, plan. Do not take your little beginning for granted. Very, very important. It is essential you take note of this. And then this is my before depression, and then after building a successful business, and still building. We are still building, of course. So this is it for now. I hope you enjoyed my story, and I know you did. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. What lesson did you pick from this? And if you have a story to share, or you have a question to ask, please do well to ask or share in the comments. I will be right there waiting for you. Thank you so much. And if you're not subscribed, I'm not laughing. What okay, tell me what's the problem? Like, worries. Kilo day, what's the problem? Please do well to subscribe. Please do well to subscribe. You cannot hear all these things and then not subscribe. Come on. Remember, I said we have juicy topics still coming for you. So turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to be notified when we drop new videos. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your time. I do really appreciate. I am Faith, and of course, I'm your gift entrepreneur.